For the big three automakers in 2025. Here with more, we've got Yahoo Finance's Pras Subramanian. Busy year, kind of an understatement when you think about the year these companies have had.
Yeah, I just want to say return you area. So, no, just kidding. But yes, a big, busy year for them. A lot happening. I mean, I'm focusing here on the big three a lot. We could talk Toyota and VW too, but for the big three in particular, starting off with GM, they had a pretty strong year. Look at shareholders are very happy with the capital returns there. A slew of EVs that have been coming out recently that have been actually well received. The big question is, will the Trump tax credits, tax credits still be here when Trump takes over in January? That's a big question for them going forward. Ford, on the flip side, doing well with hybrids, actually. Not too bad there, but they've had some warranty costs and supplier issues. Wall Street not happy with the cost sort of efficiency there. And I think their CEO Jim Farley sort of under pressure to kind of deliver and actually improve the profit picture there for them. And finally, Stellantis, just from such highs, of profit highs to really kind of suffering right now with a vacuum at the top, no CEO, that's coming 2025, products that are building up on vehicle lots, deep price cutting, dealers unhappy. They kind of got to right that ship, but some new products coming their way, cheaper Jeep products, a new Daytona coupe in both EV and gas form, and then also some new pickups.
Yeah, about that, pickups, trucks, what's the outlook for 2025?
So Ford just this past year launched their new F-150, so that's been doing well and going to be ramping up, and for many years now, keep going through with that. GM also new Silverado, new Sierras out there. But we mentioned Stellantis and Ram. A Ram Charger range extending hybrid, meaning it's an EV, but it has a gas generator engine that can give about 600 miles of range. They think that will sell well. That their customers want that capability.
Do we have a price yet on that one, Pras?
We don't. I imagine the
we have a buyer here.
I mean, I'm listening. I'm listening.
I think so. The higher end trends will be very, almost 6 digits, right? Yeah. But then I think what they really got to get is a $50,000 to $60,000 work truck, higher end work truck, capability-wise, towing, that sort of thing. That'll be important for these buyers, and I think they have them with that car.
There's particular focus on the big three and what the impact of any Trump policy could be. Like you talked about the EV tax credits. He's talked about wanting to remove that or pull that back. There's also concerns about potential tariffs on goods coming in from Mexico too. Is there an argument to be made that they're in a stronger position because they're a little more diversified when you compare it to some of the other automakers?
Do you mean Stellantis, or do you mean others?
Just when we're talking about the big three in relation to sole EV makers and whatnot. In terms of products, they're a lot more diversified. Does that put them in a stronger position when there's so much uncertainty around policy? Yeah,
I mean, in particular, Ford and GM, they still make a lot of gas-powered cars in the U.S., so that helps them a lot. I think a lot of analysts are with GM in particular, excited about the fact that they have these high-selling SUVs, trucks that are made in the U.S. Now, both Ford and GM make cars in Mexico too. It's not all, but some. So I think that could be an